Welcome, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate you being here. And even though yesterday was Friday the 13th, and that's related to a very famous Jason, even though we're in the Bible, each and every one of us, well, some of us, most people are. The whole Friday the 13th kind of thing causes people to get a little itchy with people named Jason. This is Don Andrews Investigations. This is about chili. If you don't like chili, go fly a kite. Give a shit what you like or don't like or whatever. This is the corrupt ass judge that threw him in the clink. Commander, good to see you, sir. Do not get in trouble today, please.
They always got to make this suit like so goddamn
Margate, watch the Olympics. This curling is interesting.
So thank
okay.
you for the support. I appreciate you guys sticking along through the ride, and I will check in with you later. Gators.
We love the curlers. But stop on back. We're just going to be watching
District Court. Every freedom fighter
Chili's federal case.
Eventually, you have to get to the Supreme Court to have your rights respected, and then a broken clock is right twice a day. The Supreme Court might take your Fourth Amendment seriously, but they haven't in the past. So I expect to lose in District Court, which is fine, because I'm just going to appeal to the Ninth Circuit Court. And if we, again, we lose there again, then we'll appeal to the Supreme Court, because we can't stop fighting. In Minnesota, just give up. In Detroit, just give up. In LA, just give up. No, don't ever give up. Keep fighting until the fight is won. And if you fight and you lose, then you fight again later. We don't stop. Thanks. Later, Gators.
Is this event on Chili's channel?
Anything
it is.
Can and will be used against you.
No, it is.
And that's what happened today.
Don Andre Investigations. He's got about 200,000 subs. He does very good work. And he covered this story for Chili, I guess, while he was gone, or he covers many things. I cover the world. So that's what I do. So because I know the world, and the world is all friends of mine, I get to cover the world. There's that.
You guys saw Bork wrongfully arrested
pretty good joke, by the way.
chains.
And it's true. So there's that.
Another cop came named Sandoval, and I told Sandoval he could suck my dick. He was torturing me, antagonizing me.
Whoa! You know, never hear Chili swear. Look at that.
My shorts. I said a few different things. When I was in court today, what they did.
But it's okay. Swearing is part of the First Amendment.
My attorney asked the cop on the stand, "Did you hear Mr. DeCastro tell you to stop?"
Can't cry about people swearing, okay, or flipping you off, or filming your scumbag asses, okay? Okay, don't cry about that shit. It's natural. Be natural, you people.
And lightning. And then after that, then when he said something like that, then the defense counsel said something like that, and then another cop said something like that. So even though
Jody, welcome.
to tell that cop, drop
we are watching this guy named Chili DeCastro.
It's being used against me, and
this is Don Andre Investigations. He does really, really good work. He is covering stories. We are covering stories. We have friends across the universe and into, Japan and other places as well. That's part of the universe as well. So we do not, however, fly to the moon. Praz can go visit those places himself. I'm actually scared of heights. So, if he's a high wire act and getting his dating tips in the thin air on the wire lines, then that's his own damn problem.
Way that you think.
That was pretty funny.
Because the jurors, when the defense counsel points out that I insulted them and told them to, then they take notes on that. Like, it's not my First Amendment right to tell them to go pound sand or whatever else I want to say. But it's been weaponized. And in that sterile courtroom environment, as soon as he says, well, when he offered oral sex, that's how one of the cops put it.
Yeah, that's not what he
So
did.
it's like,
That's not what he did.
with the jury.
He actually should have said that, though, by the way. He should have chose
Other frustrations
a different.
I have, but
Well, I'm not going to.
I just have to remember.
Never mind.
Keep fighting the fight. Because I have yet to testify tomorrow. So tomorrow will be a much bigger day for me personally, especially. It's going to be hard. But
Obviously, this came out Thursday.
they use it against you in court. If you curse the cops out when you're doing an audit, they bat it around like a ping pong ball. So, all right. It's frustrating. It's just disappointing. It's distracting from you arrested this guy for filming you.
Okay, and now, here is a very good lesson as what he's explaining here. When he says they use not the filming part, of course we're going to film, but the swearing part, that must be said in court and everywhere. Swearing is the part of the First Amendment. So if you're offended by swearing, then that's your problem. Okay? So what if he swears? You have to say that to juries, cops, judges, all of them. Swearing are words. Who cares? Okay? This whole thing is they're going to use it against me or whatever. Look, you can swear at officials. Swear all you want, Geo and Commander, and all you swearers of the world. Please do it. Do it more, but you also have to say in court, when you take these criminals to court, look, I can say whatever I want to you. Go bleep yourself. Beep, beep, honk, honk. I walked outside a minute ago and somebody see me wave. I obviously couldn't see. I'm old. But then, beep, beep, all the way down the fucking highway. And I was just waving and giving them hand signs and all that kind of shit. So, there's that.
You didn't like him telling you go get in your car, little doggy, and do your job. You didn't like that.
Get in your car, doggy.
Just like we thought they would try to do, and that's what they're doing. So. Morning. I've got limited minutes. I'm running a couple minutes behind.
Well, is Dad here? Did I see Dad come in or no?
Anyway, I'm going to testify today on my own behalf against
Dad, good to see you.
Who continually lie on the stand, and I can prove their lies.
Happy beeping Valentine's Day. Other beepers. Oh, that would hurt on Valentine's Day, by the way.
Whether or not they like the cops more than they like me.
Okay, this is a very sad story, and I'll just tell it real quick. It's worse than it's not worse than Chili's story, but I'll tell it. So after I started opening my store, I got going. And I had a nice girlfriend, and she helped me get the store going. And then she lived out of state. She lived, you keep them a little bit farther away. No, that's a joke, by the way. That's not true. I was dating a gal in Colorado at the time when I got my store open. And then when all this shit happened with these criminals here, and I decided to close, I was forced to close my store and my business because of these criminals and the targeting of myself and my business. And because she already knew that I was a cop guy, a rights guy, a watcher guy. She's more of a Smurf watch kind of gal, sort of into the funny business. She thought she was funny. Of course, we always had a running joke: who's funnier? Well, obviously that's me. Until we get to this situation where I had to say, "Look, I have to do this. You don't get it." So if that's going to affect my relationship, where I sue these people, I go after these people, I film these people, where that was too tough for her, I understood.
I'm running late. I got to get to court. I'll check in after court. Thanks, guys. Later.
I did wish her a happy Valentine's Day, though.
Let me tell you
She
what
didn't
the judge
respond.
did.
It's
Let
all
me tell you
right.
what the judge did. The judge responded to a motion in limine by the defense counsel that denied the jurors the right to hear that I was convicted for this, that I went to jail for this, and that my conviction was overturned on appeal on First Amendment grounds. And the judge has denied the ability for the jury to know that. So it'll be appealed. Because he
Without a
said today
doubt,
on the
100%.
stand that Bork's lying, and a court of law has found out that he lied. I made the statement, and there's a big uproar in the court, and we had to go in recess, and the judge denied the jurors the chance to hear that they
Okay,
can.
and here's the other thing here now. So, with qualified immunity, that's all government employees. Sadly, they all have bonds. They all have qualified immunity. Now you have to prove negligence. Scumbag judges with their robes on have absolute immunity, which is horseshit, by the way. Let's just start. We can start with that, but let's move on. Qualified immunity, you have to prove negligence. Now, Chili just said he lied on the stand. Okay? He lied on the stand. So, down the line, when this goes to the Ninth District and he gets this case won and then goes after scumbag Bork and whatever the other clown's name was, I forgot at this actual point, but which now proves negligence because now you just lied on the stand, you lied on your paperwork, you lied. Okay, that is now negligence, and he could sue them personally.
And was overturned on appeal on First Amendment grounds.
They don't get how smart some of us motherfuckers are. And I'm not swearing here, I'm just talking. That's all I'm doing. It's my First Amendment right.
I'm suing 6 cops for excessive force and for wrongful arrest. I've already had a trial. I was convicted, put in jail for 4 months. My conviction was overturned on appeal on First Amendment grounds, and I was released, and my record was stripped of the conviction. So now we're at day 3 of the federal trial. What happened today, earlier I did an update, and I said the judge
Let me sometimes Commander comes in and says very poignant things. It's very rare, but I just want to make sure if he does make a point that it could be a topic of discussion. It normally is not. It's usually a sidewinder kind of a joke, and so we will now discuss the fact that the judge won't allow the fact his criminal case was dismissed tells you everything about the system. Rules for thee. Okay? Thank you, Commander, for finally coming into my chat and making a very poignant and legal representation of the law and these criminals. Thank you for not riding people's coattails anymore. I appreciate that 100%. Thank you.
And asked him about the motion in limine that they filed. And
that was pretty good.
Did he screw us? I'll explain it to you. So they filed a motion saying that we couldn't reveal the outcome of the trial to the jury here. I'm suing Bork for wrongful arrest and excessive force. That means, did he have probable cause to arrest me or not? and then Sandoval for intentionally hurting me during the stop. So the judge explained to me the reason he approved the motion in limine from the defense counsel that we couldn't talk about the outcome of the trial that was overturned on First Amendment grounds is because it would sway the jury too much based on them
Okay.
only.
Well, let's go back to his comments real quick here. Jody, the whole situation was stupid. He shouldn't have been locked up and torture cuffed, save for Huey's carbon. I agree. And I'm going to make the biggest stink of this moving forward. And so must Chili, and so must Harvey, and so must all of these flax. Oh, what's his name? There's so many names going through my head here now, but Wanda being trespassed, all these things, and you have this Epstein bullshit with all these disgusting criminals, all government actors, all friends of the cabal, all friends of the every president under the sun, and we have ticketed, we get $50 fucking bullshit seatbelt fines. You go to jail for dog licenses. Harvey gets arrested for walking on the wrong side of the road. Galveston gets arrested for not showing his license at a checkpoint. Okay, look. This is going to be highlighted so big coming up here of the discrepancies of none of these people ever pay for shit, and all of us have to pay taxes and every other damn thing, every ticket, you didn't get a sticker, you didn't get a plate, your insurance is expired, you didn't pay for this, you didn't do this right. Okay, look. This stuff is going to come to a very problematic head down the line where government keeps saying, you must do this, obey, just do this, you have to do this. Okay, at some point, citizens are going to go, wait, but none of you people have to do shit. None of you people have to do it.
Needing to focus on whether there was probable cause to arrest me or not. So the judge did what he did for legal reasons. I understand why he did what he did now. So did he screw us? No, I was wrong. He didn't screw us. But I still don't know if I have a really good jury of my peers in this regard. There was a juror who was dismissed because he said, has anybody ever experienced police brutality before? And he said, yes. And this guy was so animated. He was like, yeah. He was just so animated about it.
Dismissed.
And he wasn't fit to serve on the jury.
Of course
but
not.
yeah, there's people on the jury who have deep familial relations with police. So one's not fit to be on the jury because of police abuse. One has the most intimate relationship you can, and that person's fit to be on the jury. Do you see? So then today when I testified, if you can get the transcripts for the testimony, I want to temper any feelings of like proudness or whatever. I just was able to articulate my position extraordinarily well. Explain to them exactly why I do what I do and how I do it.
Good
And
for
the
you,
defense
brother.
counsel even played a video. And when it was done playing, I said to him, thank you. Because it's me sitting on camera explaining what my modus operandi is when
Exactly.
I film and audit police.
And this bullshit, but this bullshit between some auditors and this guy or me and somebody else, I don't even want to bring me into who gives a shit about me. These guys are big names. I'm just a little cheese here in this little town. Okay. But I'm getting to be a big cheese. Okay. I've been around for a long time and nobody sweats me. I don't worry about it. These dirty cops and nobody can. Yeah, they fucked up. It doesn't matter to me. What will happen is the cohesiveness of all of us that are involved in rights in our rights, our Bill of Rights, our Constitution, all of us, and pushing back against government. This whole pettiness of somebody talking about, somebody, okay, look, I love Harvey. I love John Felix. I love all the East Coast guys. Leroy's great. All of them are, including Chili, Bay Area Transparency, everybody on the West Coast, all of this shit. Okay, we're all in this together. Quit talking about some other auditor. Who gives a shit? This stuff has to stop. Okay, we know who the problem is. Government and their qualified immunity. That's the problem. If they didn't have qualified immunity, they would be screwed to kingdom come and all this shit would stop. So that's the first thing that has to get dealt with is qualified immunity. This is ridiculous that they can do whatever they want and go, well, that's fine, and we investigate ourselves, and Sevenfold has the greatest comments everywhere you go. Well, we just investigate ourselves and we found nothing wrong. Once again. Yeah, no shit.
It's gold. It's gold. I said exactly what I wanted to say. And that whole thing.
People don't know what's about to happen to all of them. Anybody that has a guy like me in their town, you're fucked. Period.
It's not about
because we know the world. Period. So you guys might be, hold on. You guys might be lapping it up right now and thinking you got over on somebody or yourselves or your fucking paycheck or whatever it is. Look, these people are my friends. As you can see, I know all about them and everything about them. All of them. And they will all be invited to this city by me on my dime to confront you people. Get that through your heads. I need you to understand that more than anything at this point. You will be talked to by these people, all of my friends, not just me. You're going to get thousands of phone calls. You're going to get thousands of emails, and people will come to talk to you. You are not hidden anymore. Pay attention to what I'm saying to you. This is exactly what you wanted by messing with a guy like me who did the right thing. Enjoy. True story.
Good morning, beautiful people. How are you today? So today is day 2 of me testifying, day 4 of the federal trial here in Clark County, Las Vegas, Nevada. Day 1, I felt great. I felt like we were winning. Day 2, I felt like we lost. Day 3, yesterday, I got to testify. I feel like we're winning. I have to temper all hope and temper all enthusiasm because you never know how a court case is going to go. I know this, trust me. You don't know how it's going to go. Everything can be written on the wall for the judge, for the jury, and they just don't read it, and they find against you.
All right, you got a point there, Commander, okay. You have a point there. And without jury nullification, so that juries really truly understand that they don't have to listen to this judge. They don't have to listen to their instructions of this judge. He is running a court, but what people are so blindsided in this world and not understanding the court process, the police process, the lawyer process, all this shit that some of us has been through in our lives. You ain't got to listen to that, okay? That's what happened to Joshua up here in Morgan, Utah, okay? That judge confined it so middle ground that they convicted that guy for doing his job in a green belt at a fucking condo green belt, where he was doing his job as a camera guy for a real estate agency. So these judges and these lawyers and these municipalities and these criminal cops, all of them, the whole system is so screwed up And I agree with you about Vegas. Okay, you're right. You're right. The qualified immunity. Okay, Rami said to me, I don't know, it was months ago. He said, "But you." I don't even want to repeat this on here, but he is right about qualified immunity. But I'm not going to discuss it on here. There is a different part to it, but
So it doesn't matter though because we are set up for the appeal should we lose this case. And as you know, that's an appeal to the circuit court in the Ninth Circuit. So that's what's going to happen if we lose this case. Apparently, last night's update went out this morning. I don't know. I guess I didn't see it all the way
oh,
through.
Dixie's
Sorry.
here. Good to
But
see
I'll
you,
make sure tonight's
Dixie.
goes out.
We are talking about this is Don Andre Investigations. He does great work. He's got a couple 100,000 subs,
You know, part two of
and
this
he's
morning's
covering Chili's
breakdown.
trial,
When he
federal
testified
trial in
yesterday,
Nevada,
those transcripts.
Clark County to be
We got to get those transcripts
more
and put them
positive.
into AI and have characters act them out. Because the back and forth yesterday between the cops, defense counsel, and me on the stand was nothing short of gold.
From
It was
what I
gold.
understand,
Inspiring.
Letso TVO was there. He was covering it. I'm sure he's editing and doing all kinds of stuff right now. I wish I could have went down there. It was only 6 hours away, but I got bigger things going on right now. If I had known earlier, I might have tried to get down there, but
His best shots
it's
at
okay.
me, and I was volleying back and forth and explaining the cops abuse people, cops hurt people. They look real nice in their suits and ties in here, but really
Okay,
they're part of the gang, and they have an enforcer
well,
on the
not
gang
gonna say
who
anything
tortured
about
me.
it.
And you have a guy on there who's the field trainer who arrested me. And they may look
Ridiculous.
good in suits and ties today. I admit, good-looking young men here. I said, but the truth is that I'll drop this whole suit if you fire Sandoval right now. It was fire.
Really?
The testimony, the court reporter said, you guys got to slow down. It was some intense stuff.
Nice.
You got to see it. It was. Let me give you a real quick update what's happened so far in the trial. I took
Okay.
his testimony this
He has a
morning,
nice suit.
just before lunch.
Please,
Intense.
somebody
The
buy
defense
me a
counsel was
nice
trying to
blue
impeach
suit
me and
like
say
that,
that
or
I
a green
lied
one
in
would be
my
nice
initial
too, by the way.
complaint. Do I remember writing this? I had to plead the Fifth Amendment.
I'll have
at
to
one
get
point,
fitted
because I
for
wasn't sure if
my
he was trying to get me on perjury
cameos
charges or what he was trying
coming
to
up
do.
here.
But I was acutely aware of that, so I invoked my Fifth Amendment right at one point, which caused a whole big
Nice
uproar in
suit.
court. Then
How
he
nice
put
it is there.
Ron
Look.
back on the stand,
Look at the sky. Look.
about
Look at the
defense,
palm trees. Look.
and claimed how he had a right to stop me because he had reasonable articulable suspicion of a crime. I said
Wrong.
in my testimony, how is walking up with a camera sticking out in front of me, how's that reasonable articulable
God, he's
suspicion
gonna
of
win
a
such a
crime?
big
I
lawsuit
said,
over it. It's ridiculous.
explain to me how
These
the
dirty,
officers
dumb
take the issue
pigs
when I walk up with the camera
deserve everything
in
what they're
my
gonna get in the
chest. I said,
future.
yeah, it certainly is an officer's concern because this camera has gotten cops fired and charged with murder.
Oh, it's green
now
my
we
color.
enter
All
into closing
right.
arguments.
Yeah.
As
I'll
soon as
stick
this
to the
one's
money
over,
thing.
we'll
You're
go
right.
back in. My lawyer presents closing arguments. They present closing arguments.
I'm
And
not
it
gonna
goes to the
go any
jury.
farther than
Do I
that.
think we're gonna win? No, I don't. I don't. The judge didn't allow us to put in that this case had already been resolved and it was a wrongful arrest based on First Amendment grounds. That's a
What
big
a
part of it.
dork.
So the jury believes
I mean, what a
the
dork
testimony
this
in
pork
case,
is.
which we could talk about the
Okay,
testimony
and here's the other
from my
thing.
first trial and the
Okay, we have very few videos of cops saying to an arresting officer or any of the other idiots that are standing around doing absolutely nothing, saying to him, well, what'd you arrest him for? What was your probable cause? Okay, there might be 10 that I can maybe look back and think of a cop getting involved with another cop and saying, where was your RAS? What was your probable cause? How did we get here? Why is he arrested? Why is he detained? Why is he in the back of your fucking truck? Whatever it is. And the cop bumbling over himself because they have no idea what they're fucking doing. These toddlers, they're all like 12, talking about, the guy said something and whatever, and he was filming or this. I mean, this shit is ridiculous. It still keeps happening. So, this is the only way to solve it. You can't just go, oh, well, yeah, and not sue these scumbags. You have to sue them. You have to. You have no choice. That's the only thing that's going to shut them up and change it. Because otherwise they go, see? See?
Appeal trial, but the jury now has the idea that I was found guilty, and that's why I'm suing. But in Nevada, you can't even.
Bobby, thanks for coming in.
Of the charge.
CC, thanks,
So, here
dear.
we are. I gotta go back to court. Thanks,
Just
guys.
watching
Later.
this. Don Andrews, Andre's investigation is very good. Regardless
Okay,
of
I'm
what
back at the
anything else.
Liberator Law offices here in Las Vegas. The case is now been delivered to the jury. Closing
Okay, I just want to
arguments,
say
defense
one
counsel-
thing. I probably won't ever bring it up again. I might. You never know with me. There's that. But okay, the whole big boy look from the 1970s and 80s with the big boy and the thing with the hamburger and the plate and the hair sticking way up and swooping and all that shit. Okay, look. Okay. When you're 12, go right ahead. When you're 12, go ahead. Okay. This swoop and shit has to stop. This big boy dumb shit has to stop. Stop. Okay, you're not 12. Quit putting your fucking
So we'll try to
greasy
make it
hair
about
to the
the
sky,
accused
sir, everyone.
Sandoval of hitting me in the
That's sort of
nuts,
funny.
and it was actually Bork. It's on video where I blame Bork for literally hitting me square in the Johnson when he was patting me down. So I accused the wrong copper, is what I did. And so
They
then
used it
when I
against
said
him.
I
It's
made a mistake,
ridiculous.
He then presented to the jury as he's a liar.
Look, he
used
lied.
This cop for the past
Because he didn't. He was handcuffed.
I did accuse Sandoval.
You didn't know who the
It
fuck
wasn't
is.
Sandoval that hit me in the nuts.
Quit touching people's
And it
Johnsons,
was a
you
simple
dirty
error in
cops.
writing out the lawsuit. I made a video one time where I said it was definitely Sandoval, not Bork, but my brain had switched the two characters. I don't know why I did, but it did. I certainly wouldn't turn in a federal complaint under the penalty of perjury and lie.
Thank
about
you,
which
Dixie, for
cop it
coming
is when It's
in.
on video, but that's what the defense counsel tried to make it about in closing arguments.
Up, Jody
That I
must
was
like
really
it.
a liar. That I was really.
Or wait,
I had
up,
lied, I had
B&G, good
perjured
to see you.
myself, and
Biscuits,
so
thank
if
you
find
for coming
one thing
in.
uncredible, then
Loretta to
everything you
you.
said was uncredible. So it's and Mr.
Bobby's
Anderson
always
is
my
very sick.
favorite.
He's done 4 dozen federal trials.
Dog person,
So
she
I
has now
expect him
moved
to
me
be
up on the
strong.
list, she told me. I got an email earlier, said there were several people that dropped off. You know, I don't know if they went missing, they're MIA, they decided not to be dog people anymore. I think I'm up at about number 7 now. So as long as I keep sending nasty letters to all these people, that you're off the list and we all know that you don't love dogs anymore. So, you just go away. And then now that moves me up. That's very important. So thank you. I appreciate that.
But now it's been delivered.
It was a
to
very
the
good
jury.
email from me
2 of
today.
the juror members
Made me
are
very
either married
happy.
to a cop or have a son or daughter who's a cop. They played videos of me calling cops dirty pigs. And I
Jay
said,
Bates
"Boy,
here.
was a butthurt pig."
This isn't the stream for you, Jay Bate, but I still
That's
care
what
about
went
you
down.
immensely.
That's what went down.
Okay?
Is they tried to reframe the entire case
Rada
about
to
me
you.
perjuring myself, number one, and then number 2, that I was too close to the stop.
Don't say anything, Jay Bate, or we're gonna have. We're trying to. We are friends here. We're all cohesive friends
To
here.
detain somebody for officer safety and reasonable articulable suspicion. They said it's the same thing. You could detain me either way because he was reasonably articulably suspicious.
Let me
of the
good to
crime
see you,
I
brother.
committed,
Thank you for
which was walking up with my
coming
camera
in,
held
bro.
out in front of me 3 feet.
I'm gonna
So,
get a hold of you because as
again,
soon as I
don't
get my
expect to
computer
win
on
there. I don't
Monday,
expect to win in district
we'll start.
court. I
We're
expect
gonna
to
start
go
having
to
little
the Ninth Circuit.
sessions, little talk sessions
Thank
with a
you for
guy
your
like
ongoing
me.
support. I appreciate you guys
Everybody
watching the
wants
videos. Keep
to
it
have
up.
fun.
Tomorrow we're back in court at 8:30 a.m. to see what the jury decided. Later, Gators.
All right. For some reason, she likes the big boy look, whatever it is with Jody. Yeah, if you were to ask Cece, does she like the big boy look with the 12-year-old with the thing sticking up in the hair? She's gonna go, yeah, no, that's not a thing. Okay, so let's just quit it already. Okay, that's sort of dumb. Stop doing that.
from
Put your hair
after
down.
lunch
Quit acting
and my
like gel
testimony that you
works
did at
and
the
all
end
this
of the day
sticking to the
yesterday.
roof.
This
It's
morning
just
I started
dumb.
testifying
Stop doing it,
at
please.
8:30, and my testimony ended at
Not
12:30.
not that there's anything wrong
So
with it.
then after
Just
that, we
stop
had
doing
closing
it, please.
arguments. They
That's
called,
it.
sorry, after that, they called Brendan Bork, the cop, who I'm suing for violating my First Amendment right and arresting me.
Sheriff,
So they called him to the
just
stand,
call.
and then
Look,
he pretty much
it's
tried to
Vegas.
discredit
It gets
everything
hot down there.
I had
Be
said.
nice,
Trying to
sir.
go over why he had probable cause.
Be nice.
That he had the right.
You
to
guys don't come in here and
detain
you
me.
fucking be
And
nice.
they
Otherwise, we're gonna send Jody after you, and
almost fought
then
me
you
on
then you got a
behalf
real
of
problem.
everything.
You ain't got to deal with me anymore.
Between
You got to deal with
legal
her.
detainment and illegal detainment. In Terry versus Ohio, the police have a legal right to detain you if they have reasonable articulable suspicion that you committed a crime. They can grab you and put you in torture cuffs, throw you on the ground, put their knee in your neck, and that's what Terry versus Ohio allows them to do if they have reasonable articulable suspicion that you committed a crime. That can include them saying, "You see that guy right there with the brown spiky hair?
Pennsylvania
He
versus
just
Bims.
ripped off the
They
711."
tell you to get out of the
Now
car.
police,
These criminal
reasonable
young
articulable
kids
suspicion,
who I'm
on
scared,
me.
just get out of the car. Nobody else has to, though.
Investigate whether or not I
Just
just
get out of the
did
car and
so.
stand there, right there
Now,
next to your
that
door.
would be
No
a
big
legal
deal.
detainment because
For
of
now,
intent.
just do it.
Now, this cop, Brendan Bork, grabbed me and put me in torture cuffs and detained me and said that his reasonable articulable suspicion of a crime was me walking up with a gun in
Martha,
my hand.
Dexy, be nice.
That gave him the
Damn
fear
it.
of officer safety. And that I had interfered in his stop.
You guys be nice, you
So
guys.
he
I'm
said that
serious. Be
he
nice
had
here.
legal probable cause to arrest me.
Okay, I went to a tanning bed
20 seconds, 20 or 30
when
seconds.
I was in my
We had it all
20s,
timed out
which
on
was
video
like a
today.
decade ago.
So that he had a legal
And
right
I
to
did.
arrest
I'm an
me
Irishman,
because I
so
was
I'm in there
interfering
with
in the
this
traffic stop.
thing, and I'm
Now,
sitting in there, and I'm getting
we
like
pushed back
burned. I
and
got
said,
these
well,
little eyeglasses
what
on my
about
eyes, or
a
whatever it
guy
is. Whatever
walking
they
up
give you, they give
real
you a
slow from
towel and
50
all
yards
this
away with the camera out in front of him,
lotions or whatever they're
peeking
doing. I don't know what they're doing.
to your
I don't know why they
person.
handed me these
And
things.
he said that any person walking up to a stop that he's on is a threat.
But then I got
And my
burned.
lawyer said, so
An
anybody
Irishman.
walking
I never
by is a
did it
threat. He
again.
said, no, anybody approaching my stop is
And
a
I
threat.
paid the bill. So there's
The
that.
cops are trained that if you walk up to their scene that they claim is their scene instead of our scene that we're filming because we're not the scene, the cop created the scene by stopping that person. They have created the scene. Now, so essentially, it's my scene.
Okay, let me.
Because I'm
You're in
filming.
Indiana, right? Or
But
you're
when
in.
the cop decided to make me a part of the scene, he arrested
Okay,
me
there's
for
many
putting my camera
places
out
I
in
want to
front of
do
me.
stories
Now,
here coming up
here's the
here.
thing. We already had the trial. I was already
And
convicted
with
of
what
this,
I'm
and then at
doing,
the appeal trial, it was overturned that on First Amendment grounds, that there was no probable cause to arrest me. This
well,
trial
you're in Ohio
is
too,
about
all
whether or
right?
not there was probable cause to arrest me or
Oh,
not.
I was just over
This
there like for the
the
last several hours
results
with
of the
Jody.
appeal trial cannot be displayed
Not
during the trial.
physically,
Or
I'm
it's
in
a stop.
Utah, but we were watching an
You
Ohio
understand?
guy.
I'm suing Brendan Bork
I
for
forgot you're in
arresting me
Ohio.
without
There's so many
probable
I have
cause.
on this list here.
Right?
You guys are all on the list.
I had a trial for this
Hold
already,
on a minute.
and it was
Let me
found that
let
there
me
was no
stop
probable
this.
cause.
This guy. I like this guy. I like all the guys. I'm not going to talk shit about one guy or another guy unless it's Harvey. You know, I want to talk shit about Harvey a little bit, but I love Harvey. So there's that. You know, Harvey's really good. He's a little rough around the corners. Well, I like guys that are rough around corners. Anyway, we'll leave that alone for right now. But you are in Ohio. Chile went there a few years ago to deal with Ironton in some way. They arrested this guy. He was newer at the time, and he still has some sort of a thing with them that he has to figure out. But when that happens, coming up here, which is going to be this year in some way, most likely, I'm already coming to that area. I love Ohio. I love Ohio. I love the people in Ohio. I have friends in Ohio. And we will visit Ohio.
To arrest me. But these jurors can't know that. Do you understand? And 3 of the jurors are either married to a cop or have a son or a daughter that's a cop, or their
3
son-in-law.
of the jurors have a son of a cop, married to a cop. There's a cop over there, their ex-husband's a cop. You know, all these stories here. See,
Cop, or their brother's a cop, or they work for a
fuck,
judge.
Ohio seems dirty, bro. Dirty.
So, yeah, and I mean, listen, they got me on video. They got me on video, and I show a picture of the cop who arrested me. Sorry,
Okay, Commander. This is the commander. Oh, William L. is here. Is that William L.? Let's see. Celebrating my first Valentine's Day without a okay, Lemmy's a little mad. That's all I'm going to say. Okay, he's a little mad at the greater species of human beings, the women that we love. I love all women, by the way. I love them all. I think they're fabulous. I have, my dogs are females. I have had some male dogs. I understand women are much better than, or females are much better in the genetic pool than men right now. Do not clip that, by the way. That would be awful for me to be saying that down the line. But I do love women. So, and females. I do. That is very true. And so I can't, if you have dated terrible women, Lemmy, this sounds like a personal problem, actually. It actually sounds like a personal problem. And here's the other problem with that. You have not learned your lesson, sir. You are a little older. You're not 27. You're not 35. What the hell are you doing? Stop being a pushover to some of these broads. But send them my way. That's all I'm going to say at this point.
I show a picture of the cop who arrested me, and then I say, look at his face. Doesn't he look like a butthurt pig? They played it for the jury, right? Which, when 3 of the 4 members of the jury were married to cops or related to cops,
I got your signs up, Gio.
or whatever, right? You know,
We're supposed to be watching Chili here, but we can chat while we're watching Chili, by the way. Gio, your signs are up. I put them up a half hour ago just for you. Stay here until the end of this, and I'll show you.
Making a meme out of a dude and saying he's a butthurt pig. I don't know if we're going to win. You know what I mean? I got my expectations tempered, because when they say anything you say can and will be used against you, it will be. And granted, this was 2023. So it was really only my second year on the job being a First Amendment auditor. I do my audits completely different now. Now I just whip them with case law, and I don't ever curse anymore. I changed my whole style, of course, over the years, as we all do.
Okay, look, you guys learned, Commander, you guys learned from Chili. Stop swearing. What is the point of swearing unless you're swearing an ex-wife or a neighbor, or whatever it is, or dirty cops. You can do that. Who cares? I actually disagree with him. I like the swearing. Gio likes the swearing. Swearing is a part of the First Amendment. A dirty cop came to my house a week or so ago and said, here's an injunction because You swear you film people and you flip people off. And I thought to myself, well, wait, what in that is illegal? Nothing, you dirty fucking pig. Sam piece of shit Leonard's son, you dirty sheriff. If he's dirty, you are dirty.
Yeah, as far as like, I don't know if the jury's gonna love But Her Pig. I don't know. I mean, it's a hilarious cut down, and my audience over on YouTube asked me to create shirts that said But Her Pig on them. I never did because I don't think it's the right thing.
I think it's the right thing.
At one point. So
hold on a minute.
I still do say it if they are.
Hold on a minute.
But only if they're a But Her
Wait,
Pig.
I'm now going to steal your idea, sir, then. You want to play with ideas? If people want butt hurt pig on a shirt and show a pig with a cherry red ass hurt, okay, that's a great idea. What is wrong with you? Get to work, sir.
Otherwise, I would.
Gio, get to work. Start making that fucking t-shirt.
About Her Pig if they weren't, So I'm just gonna keep it real, And there are some very good police officers, But it's just you got.
Okay. Chili and I are gonna now disagree a little bit here. We're gonna disagree. Well, maybe a lot of bit here. Just on this topic alone. This might be the only topic he and I are going to disagree on. That there are a lot of good police officers. Okay? That's not true. That's not true. And so, you're never going to hear me say that in court or any on the street or here in any way that there are a lot of good police. That's not true. That's a lie. or no. Somehow he, in his mind, he decided to say that. I do not know why. He knows that to be absolutely false, by the way. I believe that. I would have never said that. I'm actually shocked. I did not know he said that. I still don't have a problem with him, even though he's relaxed in a car. He's had court for days, and he wants to believe in some kind of the system. Okay, that's why he's doing that. That there are people in the system that knows the judges and other people are dirty. They're just show up for work, they punch the clock, whatever they do. That's who he's speaking about. Nobody else.
You gotta know them or find them, If you know them, they're really good to you, man. If you know a copper, oh man. I've had friends who are coppers in my lifetime that, man, they can really help you out in the city. But if one of their friends gets you in a headlock, they got to help their friend, their brother in blue. I'm just saying.
No, he's not just saying. He's saying it in jest because he went to federal court. That, hey, look, there are some guys or court officers or whatever that really never pressed upon someone in their life and wrecked their life. Okay? Every other officer has done that. Every other cop has wrecked someone's life. Period.
No, good times. But I just wanted to give a trial update. So tomorrow is the verdict. And I'll check in at 8:30 a.m. tomorrow morning. And then we will wait for the jury to come back with the verdict. It'll probably be around lunch. I think they're going to watch all the body camera footage. I think they're going to watch all of the dash cam footage. I think they're going to watch my footage. I think they're going to watch everything. Because the defense counsel tried to today say that I didn't want them to see the video. And that's absolutely false. I want them to see the video. $100,000
Show it all.
them
Always
to
record these
beyond a
criminals.
shadow of doubt. So,
Always.
I mean, let's see if we did enough. And by the way, I don't expect to win. So I expect to have to appeal this. And look, I can look at something and see if I look good or I look bad. And I don't look particularly good in this audit. I don't. Not to a jury.
Chili says he does not look particularly good in this audit. I think you're wrong, Sarah. I absolutely think you're wrong. So, when you walked up to this traffic stop, a public servant, and you asked him questions, said things to the owners of the vehicle, whoever it is, okay, you pay his paycheck, okay, he was offended, you were there, and you said to him, do your job, little doggy, and you said some other things. I might have not have said that. That's on, but you have the right to say that. So I disagree with you that you didn't look very good in this audit. You did exactly what you should have done. So there's that.
Who is related to police, and I was pretty rude to the cop because he was hostile. So, but
Okay, so what? So what? You are a citizen. You can say whatever you want. This is your country. You have the freedom of speech. Therefore, I can't really hear. You can't backtrack in your life. You have to say, well, and that goes for you and me and everyone else. If somebody said to me, should you have cussed that cop out that was in the parking lot, that was a scumbag, whatever? And I would have said, yes, I should have. Do I regret it? No. I'm not going to regret something when I'm confronting my government.
People are mostly not aggressive. They don't like. You have to temper aggressiveness with education. That's why I audit quite a bit different now. Now I just whip them with case law and no name calling.
And you're in court. And I'm in court. And Wanda's in court. Leroy's in court. Freeman's in court. We're all in court. Everybody goes to court because the cowards that have the bully pulpit and the force of government would never do it, just like you said and all of the rest of us. You've said it many times. If you didn't have that badge and gun, you wouldn't say shit to a guy like me. And that's true. Nobody would say shit to a guy like me, and nobody would say shit to a guy like you, Chili.
In case it's going to go to court, because I know that they'll use everything against you, but they'll use any video I've ever made throughout the history of my time. Of course, I'm a little bit different now, but any video you've ever made, they'll use it against you. That's what they'll do. That's what they'll do. So, anyway, listen, I can't see because I have my glasses, but let me see. I want to say some names. I see Steven in the chat. What's up, Playboy? Overturn Terry. What's up, Playboy? Anyway, listen, before this ring light dies, I got to get the flock out of here.
So Commander usually makes a good point. I'm not really sure. I have to check on some of his verbiage. He likes to tell jokes or grab somebody's curtails. I'm not against that at this point, but he didn't curse at the pigs until they had him in handcuffs. The pig was. One second. The pig was the aggressor. And when Chili didn't back down, he hurt his little feelings. And I'm going to read Martha's same message, which is true. Damn, the guy did. I think he did almost 4, by the way. It wasn't 3. He almost did 3 months for nothing by his judge, who would start to humble. You would start to humble yourself into thinking you must have done something wrong. Okay. They don't call me Carlos Mencia or another. Thank God for a guy like Commander to show up and be Carlos. If I could just show up. Okay, we have two business. We're very busy here, Commander. I know you have your little schedule with your dogs and your cats and you probably got 6 wives or whatever you're doing. You're very busy. Okay. Some of us are getting shit done here around the world. Okay. Not naming any names, but some of you guys, sort of just slip in and you slide in and you do all this slippery behavior where some of us are actually really trying to fucking do something here. So, there's that. Oh, all right. Let me get my hat on. I don't think we need to talk to Chili anymore. He is a good person. I like Chili. Some people do whatever. It's not my problem. Oh, fuck, Randall's here. Fuck me. Now I'm fucked. But, okay, here, look. I got some signs. Gio, look. Shit. I don't know if I can make it. I don't know if I can make it big. Here is what I was saying. Fuck. Okay, I got my cross here. I got Gio's handicap sign. Okay. Well, that's not good, but it's not. I'm not saying it's a good show. You guys are acting like it's a show. I'm trying to make Randall funny. I can't do that by myself, and he can't do it by himself. So the team nature that Randall must have, because normally he's not funny. You see that every day of his life. You can watch wherever he goes. He tries to steal jokes, okay? There's several Carloses around here. I tell original jokes because there's nothing funny about corruption. Nothing. I'm still trying to look up who said that, but... Look, there's handicap parking. Gio, look. Gio, the signs are for you. Oh, thank you for coming in, Let's. Good to see you, brother. I appreciate it. We were doing a Chili thing. I didn't finish the rest of it because, I got to talk too here, man. There's many stars in this world. They're not just everywhere above us. We have stars down in Florida. We have stars in Texas. We have stars in Missouri. We have stars in Nevada. We have stars in Utah. Well, we have one star in Utah, for sure. But the good thing is that none of these people believe any of us, by the way. They don't believe any of us. that we're even friends. I mean, it's so weird to me at this point that I, why would anybody say to me, well, how does he know that Chili guy? Doesn't that guy live in California? Well, wait, this Let's OTVO, what the hell does that even stand for? He lives in like Missouri or Nevada or fucking Ohio or we don't even know where half these people live. Maybe they're a bunch of homeless vagrants. We have no idea what they're saying or doing. Why are they doing this? Well, it's because you guys run this country and you have a bunch of dirty, corrupt municipalities and cops and mayors and everyone else that none of us like. And you keep targeting and ticketing us into the poorhouse. So something must be done, see, because now with Epstein and his bullshit out, and none of you fuckers are getting arrested, taken from their jail, arrest these fucking criminals, and I get arrested for dog licenses. Harvey gets arrested for walking on the wrong side of the road. People get their cars fucking stolen for a sticker. All this nonsense when all you fucking authority scumbags steal everything we have. Why do you think any of us are pissed? I wonder. What? Nobody has to wonder with me. I'll tell you exactly. Don't swear. But look at the signs. I told Gio I had the signs right there. Where is my other? Jeez Louise, you people. Let's see. There's Commander. Dude, what the fuck is happening in Pima County right now? Chief Sheriff Nanos is totally messing up the investigation while sitting in basketball games. Oh, I think I seen that. Somebody took a picture of him going to like a basketball game. And I went, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Here, I'll explain to you why. They don't care. They don't care. There. Do you believe me now? They don't care. So there's that. They don't give a shit. Geo in the house, Randall. Randall, there's my friend. Yeah, Randall. He's at another basketball game tonight. I'm sure he is. I mean, look. You can't really explain their behavior because this is what they do. You can't go, well, why are you doing that? Because they'll go, well, what do you mean? Johnny's has a game here. And my wife said, and my aunt, nephew, something. Okay, look. That's all they're going to say, and everyone will go, "Oh, that's the reason why." Gotcha. All right, now I understand. The rest of us are going, "Excuse me, you dumb son of a bitch. The fuck did you just say? You're at a basketball game because something about your nephew and the whole world's falling apart." Gotcha. That's a very good excuse, you dumb son of a bitch. Good for you. Okay, look. I don't like to swear. I am not Dave. I'm not Gio. These people swear every day. I try not to, but it's getting more difficult in my older years of life. I'll just say it like that. My mother said asshole the other day. Okay, she's an LDS lady. You're not supposed to say asshole. You can't even say shit like that. If you're like Christian or Mormon or whatever. Randall, great song. Randall is a good song. No, I'm gonna have to play a song now because Randall wants to start stealing people's songs next. Haven't even seen Randall. Randall doesn't even show up here anymore. He's too busy fucking around with everyone else. Okay, look, I'm doing work. I'm posting signs. I'm doing interviews. I'm fighting corruption. Randall's over there riding people's coattails, telling jokes on people's coattail dimes. Okay, what's more important? Randall telling coattail jokes or me fighting corruption with Gio? What is more important? Come on. And Dave says Cheech and Chong's favorite song or whatever he said. I'm like, what? The fuck just happened? I'm trying to tell a serious conversation here. God, you guys. Stay on the topic. This is not about jokes. Well, maybe. Could be. Fuck. Bunch of fucking criminals. All of you. Don Andrews, he's got 201,000 subscribers. 247 videos, nothing. Okay, look. Some of us do good work. Some of us. Some of us do good work. Some of us do not do good work. I'm not sure if that's a correct statement, but some of us are not funny. Randall, Commander, scared to tell a joke in another venue and these things, this Ricicle. Okay, that's not even funny. I thought it was funny. It's not funny. No, it's actually very funny. Ricicle, that's very fucking funny. It still will be funny for a long time. Fucking Ricicle. The guy was a Ricicle up there. It was funny. You got to tell timing is everything, Commander. Don't be a fucking patsy, sir. Man, these guys just don't know where to get in to fit in, I swear, with some of these people. It's okay. It's all right. Some of us, okay, this Commander saying this, not me. Well, let's go back. We're going to have to start talking in a minute. This Commander speaking. The older you get, the closer to the grave. I don't want to read the rest of his message, just, Randall says, I try to not be funny. You're okay, sir. Don't worry. You are absolutely okay. That's not like a thing. I mean, when you hop on somebody's polyester, that's a different story. Commander, some of us do not do work at all. There's Gio. We are brainwashed here. And then Randall has the guy, the pink guy that's going, bah! That kind of guy. Okay, nobody's brainwashed. Well, no, that's not true either, so. But there's that, okay? I got your sign up, Geo, and I got my cool cross I got out of my storage unit. Let's see, Commander writes, do you wash your brain on gentle cycle? Not sure there's a lever for which cycle to have it on. If there was a lever to have like a gentle cycle or not a gentle cycle, like a harsh cycle or whatever, I would never pick harsh cycle. I'm already there dealing with all you people. So a gentle cycle would be much more appropriate for me to now click on. That doesn't happen. So, which is okay, because when you're a tough guy like Randall or Geo, you gotta sort of have some cojones to drag around dirty blue line flags, not ride coattails of people with their flippin' Randall coats grabbing on to shit. Okay, that's a different kind of toughness. It's actually not very tough, but it's okay though. I'm glad they all get to ride along for some fun times. I don't believe Randall gets paid for it anymore. He resigned. He quit. I asked some of these guys to quit. He was one of the ones that resigned. I appreciate that. We no longer have to pay Randall anymore. Thank God. The fucking guy was making a ton. He was making a lot of fucking money. Geo says, that's what the cops say to me all the time. Let's all be gentle with East. Wait a minute. What kind of a comment was that like? Wait a minute. Hold on a minute. I know what you're doing there, fucking Randall. Fuck you, sir. No, I know what you're doing. You're trying to say, this guy's got some issues. That's what you're saying. Okay. I'm not even saying that's not, what I'm saying to you is, I know what you're saying. And you are, you need to ride somebody else's coattails, sir. Because these coattails and your resignation letter is over. You need to go, pick up a shovel. You need to go start working, and even though it's Valentine's Day and all that, there was this one gal who was chatting with me earlier, but I don't do kids anymore. We could go out for lunch or dinner or something. I don't care. I'm a fun guy, unlike Randall, stealing jokes. But I'll take, I have no problem taking out somebody for dinner. You got to be willing and able, Randall. I'm not sure what you're up to these days, but you must be willing and able when time is necessary. And for you to make the comment that let's be nice to East, let's sort of baby him or something. Look, motherfucker, who the fuck do you think? Have you not seen these cops at my door, you dumb son of a bitch? If you came to my door, well, I'd make you a hamburger and be nice to you, but these dirty cops, there's none of that shit, Randall. So fuck you, and fuck you again, is what I'll say to a guy like you. To be nice to a guy like me, or sort of whatever. Don't coddle nobody, sir. You better pay it. Look, you see those signs? That's for you. And Gio. That's Apple. I'm not a fan of Apple, though. It's like Apple. It's not too bad, but it's, whoa. The word of the day is, I live in East Carbon, maybe the water we drink. Miss Williams, good to see you, dear. She is a big fan of mine. Hold on. She was targeted by the city. So everyone welcome Karen to the show. Okay, that is her name, by the way. Miss Williams here. And we're trying to figure out her story here. She understands, like everyone else, they're all fucking criminals and disgusting behaviors and steal everybody's shit. That's what they do. I'm trying to figure this story out. I will do it. And I will make the biggest story in the world about him. So these fucking idiots that think I'm not who I am are the dumbest people in the world. You need to ask Randall, or don't ask Randall. Maybe ask Commander instead, or Dixie, or somebody else about what's now going to happen to these people. What is going to happen, I'll explain it to them. You will be known around the world, period. I know everyone. I know everybody in Europe. I know everybody in Australia. I know every auditor across this fucking country. And I will know them more and more every day. And if you idiots think I'm not going to blast all of your names to every auditor in the world for the rest of your life, you're out of your fucking mind. You're out of your mind. I'm doing it because I can. I'll say it again. I'm doing it because I can, and you motherfuckers fucked with the wrong guy. Period. That's the reason. You shouldn't fuck with the wrong guy, see. That would be me. That would be me. And for any of you cocksuckers that come into my chat, because I am pushing back on every scumbag of every one of you, all of you, which Martha, everybody. Just so you know, they're going to start coming to my chat. Just so you know, everybody, Commander, everybody, they are going to now start coming to my chat. Here's why. They know what I'm doing is exposing them. They never believed who I was, ever. They never wanted to believe what I was saying was absolutely 100% correct. Now they know I didn't bullshit anybody. I don't do that. And they know all of their names will be exposed to the world for the rest of their fucking lives. And now they're worried about it. Well, isn't that tough? I'm very sorry for that, actually. Well, you made me go public because you targeted me and my daughter and my family. So, do you think I'm gonna feel sorry for you for exposing every one of you fucking criminals here in this city? Sam piece of shit Leonard, Philip fucking Holt, Jesse Stewart, and all of city council, all of you criminals. Do you think for 1 second I'm gonna worry about any one of you goddamn criminals? Do you actually think that I'm gonna pander in my mind that maybe I shouldn't talk about every one of you criminals that works in this city? That shit's over. You guys are fucked. I'm gonna tell the whole world, which I already have, and now we will make every one of you scumbags famous for the rest of your lives. All of you. Every one of you. And if you don't think that's happened, you're out of your fucking mind. I have proven time after time that I know the world. The world. Not just, you might say to me right now, look, you only have a few people in your chat. Look, man, what I'm telling you, what I'm telling all of you is every one of these people that you believe are just in my chat just to say hello to East Carbon, they're not. They're here to tell my story a month from now and a year from now and all the years moving forward about how we got here and what happened to them, except for Randall. He's the only one that rides people's coattails for free. He resigned. I'm going to give him a pass tonight, though. This guy. He cusses people out, so I like to go. There's nothing I can do about that. But what's absolutely funny is that these people don't get that I am exactly who I said I was. Exactly. Didn't lie about anything. Except for me. Fuck you, Rand. Oh, you motherfucker. Hold on a minute. I can't spell. Yeah, no, I already knew sort of this. Let's see. Miss Williams, I will come over and chat with you again. Let's see, tomorrow, or today's Saturday. Yesterday was Friday the 13th. Anybody named Jason? I love you. We're in the Bible, so these videos and these stories about these movies and all this dumb shit. Okay, I've never seen a Randall in the Bible, or there could be. I could be wrong. I haven't read the Bible in a while, but Jason is in the Bible. Okay, I'm in Thessalonians. I'm in several of the parables in the New Testament. Jason. Okay. And if you look up my name, I am what is known as the healer, Randall. I'm the healer. That's what I do. Don't act like that's not true, because that is true. That is very true, by the way. Fucking Gio, you son of a bitch. You fucker. That was funny, actually. You see an asshole. Gio. All right, this guy, I like these guys though, but I can't wait to get you guys. You guys are going to be on screen. Now, if Randall wants to play his little cat bullshit and not be on screen and do some weird mask or some fucking kind of guy, look, I got to wear a funny hat with a handicap sign above me. That was in my unit. I got all kinds of cool signs in my unit, though. So, look. You guys have to play along, and you have to play nice.